What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Civilization 5 with the disappearing civs AI only battle. We're slowly making progress, getting through towards turn 200. I haven't had any comments yet about sort of the length of the, not length of the episodes, but the speed. So I hope you guys are all finding it fine. Obviously, you guys are pretty hardcore in terms of fans of this stuff, so I think that would make sense. It's normally like a few months later when someone who's just stumbled upon it and maybe is watching it for more, less seriously, I guess is probably the word to say, that just to kill some time. That's when the comment might come through and say, "Oh, these episodes took too long." You guys generally don't seem to mind at all, but yeah, if anyone is getting bothered, and obviously if it's only one person, I guess that's difficult. But yeah, just with your thoughts again. If at any point you do think it's just getting a bit ridiculous, then let me know. But I'm happy to keep going as it is for now. Of course, there's a point where I will also step in and make that decision if I'm not enjoying it, or I guess enjoying it's wrong, but if I think it's taking too long. But yeah, at the moment it's fine. We're very close to episode. I think with daily episodes it does help. It doesn't feel as bad. Mongolia did just capture this city up here, so that is, that's done. So now they can fully focus on China again. But yeah, we'll get into the game. We're pretty near to turn 200, which will of course be the next Info Addicts game. I might speed it up after that. That's kind of the thing that's in my mind. But I'll see what it's like up until then and around then. And oh wow, okay. Oh okay, no, never mind. I was wondering what happened there. But Dallas, this was a Texas city, has fallen to the Mayans. But yeah, this was never going to work for Texas. Don't know why they even attempted it in the first place. They have no way to make this work. I don't see what the point is. And yeah, they've actually lost out as a result of it. So not a great move from Texas, I'm afraid. Really poor there, but never mind. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, how on earth did they lose one of their big cities? And Dallas as well. I was thinking that's not even an Aztec one. But yeah, it was just this island. It's okay. It's not too bad. Canada v the Shoshone is continuing. It's going to be a big one. Obviously the Shoshone doing a lot of damage to the city of New York. Not sure what their exact intention is right there, but yeah, it's going pretty well for them so far. If they can keep this up, that's certainly going to help them out. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, okay, citadels. I was wondering, I think it's been like that for a while. I just caught my eyes to the mini-map and saw that Sweden had got some weird borders with just completely 3 divided regions of here, here and over here, because they don't own this tile yet, so it looks like they're all separate on the mini-map. But no, it is all part of, it's very loosely connected. But yeah, France with some nice citadel spamming. Sure. Well, France's borders are pretty weird with Sweden as well. I mean, look at this, they've just got that one tile squeezed through to Berlin. And then Berlin, this little area here, just sort of squeezes off as well. Very weird European borders. And then you've got this perfect straight line across Iberia. It's perfect. Instead of being divided Portugal, Spain, it's been divided south and north. Plenty of units in the Atlantic at the moment. My submarine seems pretty safe. How are these workers working on a tile? Oh, it's an archaeologist. These men are in t-shirts. I get you're doing hard work, but surely not. Surely it can't be that warm in Greenland. There's plenty of units. Obviously there was a point when I was sort of highlighting the few civs who are out in the deep ocean. We can now see quite the variety. Brazil, Sweden, the UK, France, the Zulu, Rome, France. I think I already mentioned Canada. More Brazil. Japan's out here. The Kulin. Texas is out here, not in the deep ocean, but they are around. Slowly getting open borders and working their way around. Okay, there is no more. Oh, Siam. Oh, and Texas settled El Paso in the Falkland Islands. Golden Age begins for me. Nice. And World Ideology Order is being voted on. That'd be pretty big. If it passes, Order is probably the main ideology, but I won't expect it to pass just because it's the only thing being voted on. The other thing is, I think, embargo in city-states that I proposed, if I'm not mistaken. If it ever comes up. Okay, it is just World Ideology Order. There is currently no trade with city-states, no trade with Persia, 2 culture from every great person tile improvement, and 4 culture from archaeological landmarks. It's not good. That's going to encourage even more archaeologists to be built. No trade with Persia. Yeah, that sucks for Persia. But World Ideology Order, with everyone voting on it, I imagine it would fail. There's quite a few. There's enough autocracy civs. Although I guess it only has to outnumber them. I don't know. I guess it depends how many votes they have, which is completely separate to how many people follow autocracy and order, right? Even if more civs follow order. Well, I don't know. No, not really. We finally got a war I've been asking for a while, though. The Ottomans versus Arabia. This should go well for the Ottomans. They have planes. Arabia does not. They have a clear tech advantage with these Gatling guns to crossbowmen. Great war infantry v riflemen. They have their own unique units. A couple of them anyway around the Sipahis. They can't use their navy, which kind of sucks. They also have artillery. So yeah, this should be a pretty significant win for the Ottomans once they sort of move around well. Similar war, in fact, same episode of my Ottoman series today. I'm doing the exact same war against Arabia. It's going a lot worse. It's a bit harder for me, I think, because of the city locations, and I'm a bit earlier in the game. But yeah, this should go pretty well for this Ottomans. They have a lot more units than I do, that's for sure. Although my Ottomans are I was going to say a lot bigger. They have all of this I don't have any of this in North Africa. This is a bit of a spoiler if you're not watching. I don't have any of Greece either. But I do have all the way up to like here, so it's kind of a differing one. Yeah, this has made me realise my empire over there is not that big. I feel like it's big, but it is literally just this and a little bit of the northern Black Sea region. Like maybe the these three Goth cities, and yeah, down to here. Maybe not as great as I was thinking. But if you are interested, if you maybe haven't been tuning into that one, it's going well. It started off, I was terrified when I looked at all the civs around me. I thought, what have I done here? But it's turned around. It's going better now. We're having a lot of fun. So yeah, if you haven't checked that series out and you're looking for something to watch, I can definitely recommend that one. Morocco was eliminated. How many cities do we actually have left? This game's been really slow, but for some reason the info addicts have worked fine. Normally if I open the info addicts mid-turn in an AI game, it just crashes, but no. 24 left. Egypt, all with 2 cities or more. Yeah, Egypt, China, obviously weird ones, both of those, because they actually have good technology. Like China especially is not rubbish. Obviously the fall of Seoul was a big event last episode. We'll see what happens. Here it looks like the Kulin will hold on to it. I don't know if they'll get Beijing. There's a chance with Mongolia now putting in a lot more effort. It seems like they're starting to push again. I think we could see China eliminated before the next disappearing event. If Mongolia could grab both of these cities, I'd be very confident in them. And the fact that China's obviously been eliminated pushes them relatively up the scoreboard as well. But for Mongolia, yeah, this would be pretty good. In fact, let's have a look at score. I know it's not the best judge, but it's probably the closest thing overall. In fact, it's not here, is it? Where is score? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's just try and get a base idea of who's doing well in score. I just want to see 800, 1000, 1000. I just wanted to get an idea of what is high. So the big 3 are the only 3 over 1000. So the Zulu quite far in front. Then the Kulin are about 1200. And then Shoshone's just behind at 1120. So 309 Arabia, not so good. China's obviously falling away. Egypt's pretty low. As you see, Arabia is doing much worse than these two, which is what I said. Cities isn't obviously everything. France only 572. That's a bit concerning. Persia 540. That's really concerning. But yeah, there's obviously other factors. Don't take it as everything. Having a religion is really big, and I think Zoroastrianism and Persia is a big part, one of the bigger religions. I can't see, sadly, because someone gave a good explanation for why. Deleting the civs, like I think I deleted a couple of holy cities, and that's why the religion tab's messed up. The Ottomans 656. I'm just gonna hit play in the background. The Ottomans 656, Rome 529, Russia a bit further ahead than everyone so far at 843, Siam 617, doing pretty well, Mongolia 625, 708 for the Inca. Judging by this, I'd probably say 600 might be the base mark for the top 10. Obviously, there's a bit more of this list to scroll through. The Goths 698, the Mayans 392, Sweden 402. Not as good much as you expect. Again, the info addicts will show differently. I know score's not a good measure. It's an overall measure. We don't have that without me reading all the info addicts. If not, Brazil 702. There's the Shoshone and the Zulu. California doing really badly. Yeah, they're not doing. I think they're last on score there. Parthia 374. They're filling a place. I'm gonna be honest. They are just preventing someone else from grabbing this and getting really strong. Which actually in this game it might not have mattered. I think we probably could have not had them here, but it doesn't matter. And I only moved them here just because I realised afterwards how packed this area was with the Huns as well being moved for the same reason. So yeah, that was a bit of a mistake, but it doesn't matter. Canada 701, Japan 795. So yeah, I think Russia is 4th and Japan 5th, which I think sort of lines up with what the info addicts was saying. Canada just off there, just 1 point behind Brazil, which is surprising. Was the Inca on this list? Yeah, they were also in the 700s. 712 is very close. Britain 470, Texas a bit lower than expected, but not, I don't know, not as low as I would. Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh no, Ottomans, why would you do that? Okay, I've got hope for them here. They actually have enough. This could work out for them fine. I'll let them off. It's Egypt. I thought Egypt was strong for a minute, but no, yeah, they should be fine. It's just another city. It's essentially been at war with one more city, which isn't too bad. I think they'll still be fine here against Arabia. They have such an advantage. It's going to take time against Arabia anyway, because even though their unit's not very good, they have a lot of them, so you're still going to have to fight through them all. So I wouldn't be too concerned. It's going to take a while, but yeah, it wouldn't be worried that it is taking a while. Russia came so close to grabbing the Balkans, but France will be holding on to it for now. Europe is so peaceful. There's not been a war. France and Rome fought obviously quite a while ago, but the removal of Spain, and obviously I guess Germany would have been targeted as well, probably picked off. Like, those are the civs that probably would have got attacked the most, because they were weaker, and that encourages the AI to attack them. Being removed seems to have released some of the tension. These guys all seem pretty happy to have their separate parts and just ignore each other. You know, the Ottomans are doing their own thing separately. France isn't really doing anything, neither is Britain or Sweden. All the Goths, none of them have done anything of note for about 80 turns now. It feels 100 turns was so close or quick, and then yeah, big gap since then. Rome did a little bit, but I mean, they wouldn't have done it by themselves. The Zulu triggered them to do it. They wouldn't have done it if it was just Morocco on their own. Can't imagine. Canada is making progress against this city, so the Shoshone need to be careful, but it's very small. I don't know why they're going for New York only. I guess it's because the artillery is here, and I know they're not specifically anti-air, but it does certainly up the defense level, for example. Maybe they know their planes will die, which, to be fair, with these Great Warplanes is probably a good estimate. So maybe it's actually a good move. Be going after New York instead, but yeah, you're not going to get to it. You might be better off attacking land units. I mean, these ones in the lake, for example, pretty easy targets. You could probably kill them with one plane attack each. Great Britain is the next civ, and they go autocracy, which again is going to be a few more votes going against the world ideology order. So quite a good late win there maybe for autocracy. I'm not sure how it's looking. How is it looking? Order 3, 6, 9, 11 civs, and obviously there's still, I don't know how many votes they all have. Most of them have 3, but some will have more, some might have less. Order 3, 11, 1 freedom civ, and then autocracy for 3, 6, 8, and some must be having revolutions, because I'm sure I've said more than this, although they're all overall happy. And then there is 5 civs who have not picked one. I'm one of them, so don't worry about Venice. The Mayans, I guess we'll get one eventually if they build some factories or have coal. See an issue. Persia can't get. Oh no, they do have 3 cities. They just settled a 3rd one very recently. I'll show you that in a sec. But yeah, Persia going to be a long time again, because again, a 3rd city they've just settled is going to take a while to build a factory, and they might not have oil. California again, only 2. You know, they have 3 cities, but might not have coal, not oil. So I'm getting confused. And Arabia, I mean, Arabia is the most likely to get the next one out of those civs, but they just don't seem to be quite close enough for technology. Persia's actually doing better. But yeah, out of nowhere, I don't know when this happened. It must have been a few turns ago to be at 3 population, but Persia just settled in here. Pretty good spot, actually. Not even going to complain about that. They've already got a mine. They might get this gold if they're lucky. Yeah, that's not the worst idea. Obviously, it looks a bit scary next to this Ottoman city that they lost earlier, but these mountains protect it, actually. So yeah, I mean, if you can defend this from Siam around the mountain, I don't see why not. And actually, Siam is currently not losing to Parthia, but they are letting Parthia squeeze through and really messing this opportunity up. Okay, this is big. The Kulin is making progress against Beijing. Mongolia will obviously be very interested as well. And France completed the Kremlin. But yeah, I want to keep eyes on this because this is huge. Like, the Kulin, if they conquer Beijing, that's a big push. I think they were already just in second place on score there. Again, I'm not going to emphasize that score is not the biggest factor, but it's all we've sort of got at this point to use without me reading every single stat and, you know, doing an early scoreboard. So yeah, the Kulin probably just ahead of the Shoshone. It was much closer. The Zulu were a bit further ahead, but the fall of Beijing, probably a very good city, 28 population, one of the biggest in the world. Yeah, that's going to certainly help out the Kulin quite a bit, and we'll see if obviously if Mongolia can get it as well, it'll be massive for them too. But I would have guessed the Kulin has the edge in grabbing this. They just have more chances. They have units in the sea as well. Shanghai, I would say, goes to Mongolia, but yeah, I could see Beijing going either way. And Japan will be kind of frustrated at this. They were not involved really in the fall of China. I mean, it's a bit late now to join in, because it means they're going to have to fight a bigger, stronger Mongolia, or at least struggle against Mongolia inland, as we've already seen, or the Kulin, which I don't think Japan's up for. So this could be a rough period for Japan where there's going to be a decline. Like, not necessarily they're going to get worse, but the other civs are pushing on and they can't really do anything. Christo Redentor completed for the Kulin. Nice little wonder for them. Some trade here, the Zulu and the Kulin trading together, interestingly. There's plenty of cargo ships crossing this Indian Ocean. The Zulu, Siam have got a long one. Yeah, the Kulin, quite a popular trade partner. Siam finally about to resettle in Sri Lanka. Harappa was here at one point, but yeah, it was never really replaced. But yeah, I'm surprised Parthia is really going for this. I mean, if they get a city, then fair play, they deserve it. Siam should have won this and like conquered this city so easily. I don't know how on earth they've messed up this badly. It's embarrassing. It makes the Incans look like they are geniuses, and they are really proving they're not right now with the attack of this city. So there's plenty going on in almost every continent at the moment. Oceania's quiet, but the Kulin are doing things in Asia, so I'll let them off. And they are mostly, you know, they are 99% of Oceania at this point. But yeah, the North America, we got something. In South America, we've got the Inca making a fool of themselves. We've got the Ottomans v Egypt in Africa. Europe's very quiet, sadly. But the Ottomans again v Arabia. I guess the Ottomans are part Europe, part Africa, part Asia at this point. So they sort of cover a nice range of bases. They help out all those three respective continents and make them look a bit more active than they might realistically be. And yeah, obviously we've got the huge war with China as well. But yeah, the Ottomans, okay, so good progress. This city's in the yellow, obviously in the red now. Okay, they should be able to get this. I was going to say it's a bit tough, but yeah, a couple of units. Sure, one of them will squeeze around. So that'll be the first early victory for the Ottomans. And of course, being able to then turn that bombardment ability onto Arabian units is pretty brutal as well. The Egypt one will be tough. Egypt's got good units, but yeah, they do outnumber them. Should eventually go in the Ottomans' favour. The Mayans piecing out with China. That's the big one. That will spare China, save them. It is Mongolia's turn. Oh, it's so close. I think Beijing's Mongolian. I think it's done. I think they can do it. Yep, there you go. The Kulin. Bit too aggressive there, and that's actually really good for Mongolia, obviously, in itself. I mean, it also probably stops the Kulin getting to Shanghai. So Mongolia might profit on all of this and grab both these cities, and as long as they can avoid a war with the Kulin themselves, they should be okay here. But obviously that is also a possibility I didn't really think of. But yeah, obviously cutting off the Kulin, pushing all their land units back, does probably give more... I mean, they have to do the work. They still have to conquer this, but it should allow Mongolia to take Shanghai. Not much left, and China should be eliminated. So we'll be down to 23 civs going into the next disappearing. And every civ will have a 1 in 23 chance of being removed. It's getting a little bit scary. What's that? That's less than... Still under 5% per civ. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Is there a maths way to do that? I've got a calculator here. 1 in 23. So that's 1 divided by 23 times 100. So each civ has a 4.35% chance, essentially, of being eliminated if there's 23 remaining. So pretty small chance, but still 4%. I mean, look on the bright side. 96% chance that Civ won't be removed. However, obviously it comes up twice, and the second time you're more likely because the first one's been removed. So when you look at it from that, I guess, yeah, the second time maybe makes it a bit more scary. If you combine it, what's that, 4.3%, and then maybe the second time, maybe it's 5%. So maybe there's a 9% chance that an individual Civ gets removed over that thing. I don't know. There's some. You could probably work it out exactly, but that's like a sort of rough estimate of what it would be. It's certainly 4.35%, assuming there's 23 civs in the first civ to disappear. I don't know what... I can't remember the exact rules for when the second one kicks in, but this isn't a maths channel. It's fine. Canada still making some progress against the Shoshone. New York still very low, but Canada is looking a bit thinner on units. They have plenty of boats around, but they can't really help against the Shoshone. Yeah, we'll see. And obviously the Shoshone has a lot of stuff that sort of... It's halfway. It's still crossing over. Finally, Europe. Finally. Sorry, Sweden. I don't mean that as in a dislike of Sweden. Russia v Sweden. Now, Russia's not really prepared for this, which is a bit alarming, but they do have the strength. They actually have a mobile SAM, which is incredible, because the Shoshone do not have a mobile SAM. And neither do, I mean, the Zulu have rocket artillery, and they do have mobile SAMs too. I was going to say they're parallel sort of units. Russia has paratroop. Russia must be right up there on technology with the big boys. I don't know exactly how technology looks right now. You can have a quick look here. So the Zulu lead the way on 62. The Kulin are on 61, but obviously theirs are more boat focused in particular, I would imagine. They have destroyers and stuff, but I guess the Zulu probably do too. Russia is then, yeah, in third. Canada fourth. The Shoshone then actually below Canada, level with the Inca and Japan. Egypt up there again, obviously small civ, but they obviously made the tech developments before. And actually it can help when you become smaller. You need less science. So if your capital's really good and you lose a load of cities, you can actually end up in a better place for technology. France are also in there, and the Ottomans. Mongolia's down here. I don't know if is there any big surprise, like really low. Texas really struggling. That's quite a surprise. I mean, almost lost. That's pretty bad. But yeah, Sweden, we'll see how this goes. Britain will not be able to actually do anything. I thought that might be enough to have Britain helping out, but yeah, they can't even get to Sweden because there's nothing on this coast. Doubt France are keen on just handing out open borders. So yeah, this is up to Russia. Now they can easily, not easily, but they can certainly do just some damage, but they're going to have to fight through an awful lot. I don't know. If they put all these units over there, then yeah, maybe, but probably not. Persia has adopted freedom. That's an exciting one. They join Egypt. There you go. It's an unusual one as well, Persia. Not a regular picking freedom, but there you go. Pretty cool. They're, of course, embargoed for trade, so maybe there's a hidden message in there. They want freedom from their trade embargoes. But yeah, I thought Arabia would be next, but no. Persia actually has better technology. They must have built the factory here pretty quickly. Or I think if you get enough technologies, you don't actually need the factory, so they might be fine. And there we go. Some new changes in the Middle East. Not just Persia picking a new policy, but the city of Medina falls to the Ottomans, which is a little chunk of the northern part of the Arabian Peninsula. And they've also put Thebes down to about 60% health. So they'll probably be getting that in a couple of turns as well. So far, so good for the Ottomans. I was a bit nervous when I saw they attacked Egypt, but yeah, I think it's going to be fine. And I think they're actually going to be better off for it, apart from the fact that you're probably going to have to fight the Zulu now, between now and the end. You know, 50, add 13, yeah, 63 turns they've got to make it through to the results, assuming they will be at 250. We'll see. But, yeah, that's quite a long time. Processing turn for the Inca. Okay. This is so... Please make it stop. Just peace out. What are they doing? This is so bad. I can't even bear to... I was going to say I can't bear to watch, but we are just staring at them. Oh my goodness. Let's just watch for a few seconds. Just makes us feel better about our own abilities at Civ, whatever difficulty you play at. This is deity level AI, and it can't conquer this city. So if you were ever wondering, if you were ever thinking this difficulty, I can't do it, use this as motivation. Because the Inca are showing us that the deity AI can certainly be bamboozled just as much as we can. Not going well for them. Is Shaka fully at peace? I'm guessing so. He has the next level of planes, so he is a terrifying prospect for Europe now. He's sort of dealt with most of Africa. We might see him join in on the fall of Egypt. He might get involved. He might try and kick out the Inca and Brazil as well. Obviously the fall of the Songhai was very quickly replaced. Man, they've had so much luck. Like, I know the Zulu were doing well, but if the Congo didn't mess up at the start, if Ethiopia survived with the Great Wall, I think there would have been a chance. And obviously if the Songhai survived, but yeah, the fact that Ethiopia and the Songhai got booted out, that definitely played into the Zulus' hands. Like, that made it a lot worse. It's almost like the worst possible combo. I mean, considering the Congo was dead already as well. See, the Congo would have been bad too. I think I should have left Burundi in. I tried to swap them for another mod. That mod didn't work, and I just thought, I'll put another civ somewhere else, and it didn't work out quite how I wanted it to. But yeah, I think Burundi would have actually been fine to like balance this out, because the Zulu would have been here. Burundi would have sort of been here with the Congo here. Yeah, I think, and Ethiopia here. Yeah, I think that would have been enough. Because Burundi are generally much better. They're also sort of in these mountains. But yeah, it's probably too late now. Hindsight is a great thing, and I will use it in the future. Okay, so this is the Kulin's last shot, I guess, of somehow squeezing a unit very near to Shanghai. Not going to happen, I'm afraid. Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, Mongolia should be conquering this next turn. China does go first, so if this unit dies, it could be a bit awkward, but I think it might be safe. Safe to assume that China will be eliminated in the next turn. Right, Great Britain, how you doing here? Not going well for you. I don't know how France... are they taking all this damage? I assume they've killed a lot of Russian boats. They've not taken all this damage to just one. Really hope so. That'd be a bit concerning. Right, here we go. One more turn. For this episode, we'll see what that world ideology vote props up to. Ooh, I think that was still Persia. Yeah. Don't worry, it's fine. Not another civ out of nowhere. Arabia recaptures the city of Medina, probably only temporarily. France's turn. What are you guys? Are you going to do something? I know you are at war with Russia, but that's not really... that doesn't count, unless all these boats pull off some miraculous conquering up here. Okay, not looking so good for Arabia. At first it was the Ottomans, now Persia's involved. Not sure Persia can bring too much. Siam, what are you doing? You are just... I don't know what Siam is attempting to do, but this has been an awful attempt in this war. They're probably going to get away with it, which is the worst thing. Like, nothing bad's going to happen. I don't know where Russia's off to. You literally just declared war on Sweden. Why are you walking this way? I don't know. But yeah, Persia, I don't know how much they'll offer here. These boats could maybe do something, but yeah, I don't think it'll be too much. It's just an awkward position to be in. The Ottomans missed out on Thebes and Medina this time around. Siam's turn. They did settle on this island. Of course, they get a wonder for that. 2 food, 2 happiness, 4 faith. Pretty good. Yeah, I don't... This is a pretty... I don't know how they've let Parthia squeeze through. You should have just kept them trapped up in the mountains. I don't know how they... Not only have they let them through, they're now just like letting them roam free across northern India. That's probably not what you want to do. Also, your turn's taken forever, Siam. I can see you. I know. I think Mongolia's next, so that might be. Sometimes it shows you the civ, yeah. Sometimes the actual slow civ is the one before, and it just carries over. Because look, Mongolia probably shouldn't take that long, but there we go. China has been eliminated. We're down to 23 as Shanghai falls. Obviously, that's not something we're used to. Mongolia does that a lot, but it's taken a lot longer in this series than usual. But yeah, grabbing Beijing as well, that's a really big win for Mongolia. Certainly going to push them up the scoreboard in this one. We'll see. Yeah, puts Japan in a rough place. Don't know what they do from now on either. Dude, Sweden, how are you doing, Sweden? You hold on. Okay, Russia's moved forward a bit. Finally going to see some fighting, but again, I mean, all these cities are on the wrong side of this water, so I think nothing's going to come of this. I don't even think anyone can get to Sweden, just the way they are. Not without planes. Probably. Yeah, gonna need planes, I think, and maybe more, I don't know. Maybe planes, and it would need to probably be Russia and one of these two, the Goths or France at the same time. Not just by themselves. It's the Zulus' turn. Will they be throwing their hat in, or will they just be watching, not getting involved? Nope, they're staying out of it. See, look, yeah, I think the turn time has passed on, because look, California should not take this long. That is certainly a bit of the Zulus' time merged in there as well. Parthia, how are you doing? Come on, this is kind of promising. I feel like they're going to let us down too. But I mean, they're allowed to let us down. They're not. Siam is the mistake here. Canada, they're still trying against this city. Certainly not as effective. They now have an anti-aircraft gun, so that will certainly help. Obviously, they've been really struggling with the Shoshone planes, so that's a really good investment. I assume Canada also have a unique unit to come at some point if they survive long enough. I haven't seen one yet. Maybe I've missed it, but I don't think they have one. So if they could get one of those up, that would be great. Are we going to get anything new? Processing turn for Japan? Probably not. I will make sure to check the world ideology vote, because that's pretty important at the end. And then we'll wrap this one up. But yeah, Japan. Why are you taking so long? What are you doing? What on earth could you be doing that takes this long? I get it, I guess. I know how long it takes me to make turns sometimes, so I guess it's fair enough. But I probably take them too quickly, all things considered. Great Britain. And yeah, then it is just Texas. How are they doing? Yeah, no progress. Just a waste of time against the Mayans. They should have joined against Canada. I know they're scared because obviously their technology isn't as good. And there we go. The world ideology of order failed. There was a few yays. There's a lot of nays, including from some civs that must be following order, I'm guessing. But there you go. That'll be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.